Welcome back, 7:42 right now. It's a painful part of divorce. We're talking about alimony, but did you know that if you're paying an ex and you get remarried, he or she is now entitled to some of your new spouse's money as well? It's all because of a Florida law, and a group of women from the Florida Second Wives Club say it's time for a change. And joining us this morning to talk about that on Good Day is Debbie Leff Israel, as well as Suzanne Stewart from the Florida Second Wives Club. Thank you both so much for coming in this morning. Let's talk first about why you decided to start this club and the importance of this club, Debbie.
Well, we are a subgroup of Florida Alimony Reform, and we feel that we are a group of women from all across the state, from all walks of life. In fact, we even have some members from outside the state whose divorces are out of Florida. And we want to show how permanent alimony negatively affects not just the men who don't like to pay, but the women and children as well, who are part of this whole alimony situation and the devastating effects.
What is some of the impact? What are some of those effects that you have seen?
Well, I'm a second wife, and so my husband now currently pays alimony, and one of the effects is that we purchased a home, and therefore his wife felt that he was making more money, so she took him back to court for upward modification of alimony for more money. We provided her with 3 years of bank statements and his pay stubs proving that he was not making more money. They took it in front of a judge. The judge says, nope, we're going to go ahead with it. So we had to go through the whole process. And during mediation, she dropped it. But the point is that it ended up costing us $25,000 in attorney fees that we had to pay, which we didn't have the money, and I actually had to take out credit cards to pay those fees. And then the thing is, because alimony is permanent, she can do this anytime she feels, and we have to, again, incur more attorney fees. So this is a lifetime sentence.
One of the things we hear a lot is that the first wife will then not remarry, because once that first wife remarries, the alimony ends. How often do you see that?
It happens all the time. In fact, everyone is living in hiding. If the first wife has a boyfriend or a new husband, they generally want to hide it so they can keep their alimony. It's a revolving door in and out of court to maintain the alimony, to modify it up, to modify it down. Alimony is permanent alimony. I shouldn't say alimony because we believe in durational alimony. Permanent alimony is anti-marriage and anti-family. The ex-wife or ex-spouse who's receiving the alimony doesn't get remarried, and the payer doesn't get remarried. Why? Because either they're afraid to get remarried, or someone like myself who is engaged to an alimony payer, my income and assets increase his ability to pay. And therefore, potentially, my income could go towards her alimony. She chooses not to work. That's her choice. College educated, experienced in Fortune 500 companies, chooses not to work, and the law allows that. The law does not provide a rehabilitative plan for some able-bodied person to eventually get off alimony, which I feel is just even welfare ends. When someone comes on hard time, the biggest argument that the bar has, the family law section of the bar has, is that what about a woman who stays at home raising the children? Well, that is why durational alimony is necessary.
Right, because you want to make sure those kids are covered, but at some point, it seems like...
Well, there's child support and there's alimony. All right, child support we're in favor of. Alimony we're in favor of too, as long as there's a duration and a limit, so everyone can leave the marriage with dignity, not just someone getting a free paycheck for the rest of their lives.
All right, Debbie, Suzanne, thank you both so much for sharing your stories with us this morning. It's a real issue. It's interesting stuff. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Amy.
Let's find out how things are looking right now.